On October 25, 1994, Smith reported to police that she had been the victim of a carjacking by a black man while driving her 1990 Mazda Protiche sedan with her son still in the backseat. For 9 days, she made dramatic pleas on national television for their safe return. However, following an intensive investigation and a nationwide search for them, she confessed on November 3, 1994, to letting her car roll into nearby John D. Long Lake, unaliving them inside. Her motivation was reportedly to facilitate a relationship with a local wealthy man named Tom Findlay. Prior to the unalivings, he sent her a letter ending their relationship and expressing that he did not want children. She said there was no motive nor did she plan the unalivings, stating that she was not in a right state of mind. Later revelations indicated that detectives doubted Smith's story from the start and believed that she unalived her sons. By the second day of the investigation, the police suspected that she knew their location and hoped that they were still alive. Investigators started to search the nearby lakes and ponds, including John D. Long Lake, where their bodies were eventually found. Initial water searches did not locate the car because the police believed it would be within 30 feet of the shore, and did not search further. It turned out to be 120 feet from the shore. After the boys had been missing for 2 days, Smith was subjected to a polygraph test. A significant breakthrough in the case was her description of the carjacking location. She had claimed that a traffic light had turned red, causing her to stop at an otherwise empty intersection. However, it was determined that the light would not have turned red for her unless another vehicle was present on the intersecting road. This conflicted with her statement that she did not see any other cars there when the carjacking took place. In 1995, David Bruck and Judy Clark served as co-counsel for Smith. In their opening statement, Clark argued Smith was deeply troubled and experienced severe depression. Clark told the jury, "This is not a case about evil. This is a case about despair and sadness." The defense's theory of the case was that Smith drove to the edge of the lake to unalive herself and her two sons, but her body willed itself out of the car. The prosecution, on the other hand, believed she unalived her sons in order to start a new life with a former lover. It took the jury only 2.5 hours to convict her of unaliving them. During the penalty phase, Tommy Pope, the lead prosecutor in the Smith case, argued passionately in favor of sentencing Smith to be unalived herself. The jury ultimately voted against imposing the unaliving penalty. Smith was sentenced to 2 concurrent life terms in prison in 1995 for the unalivings of her two sons. Smith's defense psychiatrist diagnosed her with dependent personality disorder and major depression.
Smith was originally incarcerated in the Administrative Segregation Unit in the Camille Griffin Graham Correctional Institution in Columbia, South Carolina. While in prison, Smith has had multiple internal punishments for inappropriate interactions with correctional guards. She has also had substance possession charges while serving her life sentence. In 2000, 2 correctional officers at the Camille Griffin Graham Correctional Institution, Lieutenant Houston Cagle and Captain Alfred Oro Jr., were charged after having inappropriate relations with her. Consequently, she was moved to the Leith Correctional Institution in Greenwood. Smith's first parole eligibility was in November of 2024, at which time she was denied parole.